and so I understand why D is the wrong answer, but I want to make sure that I'm thinking about it in the right way.
No problem. So what type of question is this?
It's I don't know.
Anyone know? Yeah, it's a parallel. It's like in
Okay.
reading comp we call it an analogy question.
Okay.
And you have to make an analogy with something that's going on in the passage. And an analogy is always a situation that's different but has similar characteristics.
Yeah.
So what was going on with the bean counters? I just want to know your prediction. What were they doing?
So they were what was it? Sorry. What was it? So they were cutting something for their own. So they're making something less good but for a profit.
Yeah, they were taking the wheat out of cereal and replacing it with plastic or something like that. Yeah.
But I was thinking. So I guess what I got hung up on was in D.
Mhm.
Like I realized that invest. So actually, the bean counters weren't investing money; they were like taking away money and putting But I saw tax benefit, and the bean counters want a profit, so it's like a benefit. Whereas
Sure.
in B, there's no. That doesn't.
The problem is investing in art is not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
Whereas in B, a movie studio executive, so this is like the bean counter,
That makes sense.
who imposes cost-saving production restrictions. Hey, we're not going to use this expensive stuff. We're going to use the cheap stuff on a film's director,
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
perfumer. Is that what these people are called? Yeah.
Why would you cut out C?
Why C? A director of an art institute who cuts the annual budget because of projections of declining revenues. This seems to be motivated by a slightly different reason. Like, we are losing money, therefore we don't have as much in the budget, as opposed to going into a product and specifically meddling with the product to make it cheaper to produce and thus make more money. C is like a broad, like, hey, the budget is getting cut, and it's not necessarily talking about what should be cut, as opposed to in answer choice B, you're meddling with the actual production, and you're also, it's focusing specifically on cost savings as opposed to just the overall budget. I mean, overall budget would be a cost-saving thing, but again, it's not getting into the specific aspects of it. Yeah.
I don't like it. I thought, like, if I read it, like, projections of decline revenue, so, like, here we're not talking about, like, projections that, like, perfumes would be cheaper or more expensive. We're not talking about, like, what we think is going to happen. We're talking about, like, what is happening. They're slashing it today versus, like, projections of decline. We think that perfumes are going to get to be, like, harder to sell in the future, so now we have to, like, cut profits today. That's what
Sure, I think that's a. So you're saying, well, they are cutting it now, right?
But this says, right, because this one is talking about projections of declining revenues. We're not talking about projections of declining revenues for
Mhm.
perfumes.
True.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying that that's not the same.
Yeah. That's a difference, right? As opposed to trying to do it to gain profit. Yeah. Which would be something presumably in the future, but yeah, it's definitely a different goal. Yeah. Cool. One thing about these analogy questions is you're looking for the one that's most similar, and so it's like you're counting up the number of similarities, right? And the number of differences, and how many differences are there versus how many similarities are there. Cool. All right.